it's Andrew here. Just out for my weekly Sunday run, and one of the great things about running through this neighborhood the last few months is just being able to explore new streets and just running everywhere, through parking lots, through the school grounds, through apartment complexes. My curiosity has been piqued. Sometimes you see a new building or a new house, and I'm just thinking about, like, what's the story of who lives there? Like, how old is this building?
I used to take the bus most days to go to grad school, and I started noticing then that families were taking multiple buses to get their kids to daycare. I guess it was just an experience I hadn't picked up on before. This is the way that I always bike to school or work, and being in my neighborhood on my feet or on my bike helps me to pay attention more to what's happening, the way the world changes. Yeah, it just helps me, I think, more so than driving, to see what is going on and to just like be, I guess, listening more and seeing from a different perspective.
Really fortunate to live right by the No Frills. I live right behind the No Frills, and so it makes it very easy for me to pick up my groceries whenever I need to. Next on my list is zucchini. There's a lot of great produce that you can buy from here, and a lot of it is grown in Ontario, and so there's this great sense of supporting the farmers who grow this food. And one of the things that is really important to consider is just, the kind of people who are growing our food and where they come from. And many of them are actually like from immigrant communities, the very same immigrant communities that live and work here in Northeast London. And so they are supporting us in what we're able to buy, what we're able to feed our families, what we're able to eat. And they also rely on the very same store that is selling the goods that they have worked to produce. So I find that very, very interesting, very cool.
Another thing that we can be noticing in our neighborhood is what physical things are here. So this building that I'm standing beside is empty, and often buildings like this would be a place we drive by every day and don't think about. And so as you're walking or as you're driving and noticing what's going on in the neighborhood, another place to think about is what's forgotten and what's empty, what has potential to be something new, and like, how does God invite us to use those things that we notice to like step closer to Him and to our neighbors who maybe are suffering, who maybe are lonely.
Pat and I are thankful that we are able to live so close to each other here in Northeast London. We're just off of Kipps Lane, so we both love this neighborhood and are thankful for all the people that are in our community that we are able to enjoy living in close proximity to. We're actually just walking over here to where Pat's apartment building does their garbage. In Northeast London, waste gets left around a lot. You can see in apartment buildings like this, there's not actually enough space for all the waste that we make. And there's so many different places that you can put things, so it becomes easy to be careless and not put things in their proper location. The way that we take care of our neighborhood through garbage pickup and sorting our recycling is a really important way that we care for creation. There are actually a lot of studies that show that as you work to take care of a place and make sure that it looks good and it's well kept, the more likely it is that others will do that as well. So cleaning up is contagious.
The story we're telling here is one that we hear in Scripture all the time where things that are not get transformed into things that are. And just the way that we tell this story often about our internal lives, we can tell it about the physical world, that things that are forgotten and broken down can become something active and alive and good.
As you can see, what Kathleen is doing, trying to pick the garbage, this means we are trying to put our neighborhood clean. That reminds me what Isaiah 65 verse 23 said, that our work will not be in vain. So by so doing, I believe that it will never be in vain. We achieve our goals. And again, according to what verse 25 said, the same Isaiah 65, that we can see where a wolf and lambs eat together, meaning everyone living together in harmony. So that's why we want our neighborhood to look like heaven on earth.
The idea of looking for physical rootedness in our neighborhood as an indicator that God's kingdom is coming here is all about identifying the ways that we live in the world as not just spiritual beings, but as whole physical humans. So we want to see the ways that our neighbors and us ourselves do or do not experience goodness in that way. So as we walk and move our bodies or ride our bikes through our places, we can see God's goodness there and the ways that He has given us the ability to do that, to see and to enjoy the physical world around us.